Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjanashalaakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सह गणललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी Hare Krishna. So I welcome all of you for today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. So today we'll be discussing from 7th sloka. Yes? 7th one. So you can, yeah. Tvam paryatannarkaiva trilokim antascharo vayurivatma sakshi paravare brahmani dharmato vratai snatasya menyo namalam vichakshva. Translation, anyone? Yes, Meg, yes.
Like the sun, your goodness can travel everywhere in the three worlds, and like the air, you can penetrate the internal region of everyone. As such, you are as good as the all-pervasive super soul. Please, therefore, find out the deficiency in me, despite my being observed in transcendence under disciplinary regulations and vows.
Okay. So further question, that means further is, Rasdev is asking, Kam paryatan arkaiva. So, oh my dear Narada, so you are roaming like a sun. So sun is all pervasive. That means in this world, in this Brahmanda, so it is reaching out the all the places. That means that is the sense actually. Here Narada also is reaching out all the places like the sun, and that's why he knows everyone. Trilokim, and also he is so roaming like the air actually. Antaschara, that means air goes inside also. Na? So similarly, Narada is going inside. That means he is knowing the inside things also. Sun, like light, is not going inside. So that is reaching out to the outside of the person. So that's why he knows the outside things and also inside things. We'll be seeing. So what is the exact meaning from the commentary? Next, Paravare Brahmani. Para and also avare. Parecha, avarecha. So paravare. So paravare Brahmani. So dharmatah vrataihi snatasya me nyonam alam vichaksha. Okay, we'll be directly seeing from the commentary. So now we'll understand more clearly. Sarvaloka hitartham eva Purana Purushaha Tadrupena Avatirnaha Tan Mama Adya Hitam Kurushva Iti Aha. So the bhava of the Vasudev is like this. What is it? So, my dear Narada, you are the incarnation of the Lord. Sarvaloka hitarthameva Purana Purusha Tadrupena Avatirnaha. So, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, for doing the benefit for the entire society, means Sarvaloka means entire creation. So, Supreme Personality of Godhead took, that means incarnation in your form. So, that's why. So this form, Mama Adya Hitam Kurushva. So you are nothing but that. Now today, you please do benefit for me. So Sarva Loka Hitartham. So you are nothing but Supreme Personality of Godhead. And you appear so for the benefit of everyone. So that's why now today you do benefit for me also. My heart is not pleased. So please find the reason for that and help me out. This is the bhava actually. Behind this, he is having this kind of bhava, and that's why he's asking. Vilokim paryatan arka iva. That means here the meaning trilokim paryatan arka iva. You are roaming around all the three planets. That means Bhurva Swaha, upper planets, lower planets, and also Earth. Earth planet, that means Bhu. You are roaming around all these planets. So, like the sun and you are Samadarshi or Sarvadarshi. Sarvadarshi means you are seeing everyone, like sun is reaching everyone in these three planets. Similarly, you are reaching out everyone and you know everyone. Sarvadarshi. That means knowing means what he, that means from this what sense you should get? He is knowing the, so whatever is happening outside, that means whatever the gross activities, what they are doing. So those, that means by using the external senses, whatever they are doing, that he knows. And he wants to say, Vyasdev wants to say, why he is saying like this? Because you know everything, and that's why you should know what is my problem also. That is the bhava actually. That is the intention behind the saying like this. And what he is saying, one more thing, Vayuriva Antaschara, like the sun, you are roaming around all these planets, and also you are roaming around, roaming all these three planets. So, like the air is moving around all these three planets, upper planets, lower planets, everywhere air is there. And air is what? It is going inside of the everyone, inside of the everyone also. So, like this, you are roaming these three planets like air. Means what it means? Atma Sakshi. That means Buddhi Vrittignaha. So that's why you are roaming inside also. You know inside things. That means you know what is going in the heart. You know the things which are going in the heart. Buddhi Vrittignaha. That is the point. One is Arkaiva. Arkaiva and Vayu Iva. Vayuriva. Vayu. Arkaha Iva. Vayu Iva. Like sun, like air. So that means knowing outside of anyone, knowing inside anyone. Because these two things, Arka and Vayu, so goes everywhere. So that means Narada is also going everywhere and knowing everyone outside and also inside. That's why what it is said, Atma Sakshi. Atma Sakshi means since he's going like this, that's why he became Atma Sakshi. That means who knows all the functions of their इंटेलिजेंस. मैंने क्या प्लान्स बनाते हैं, क्या प्लान बना के क्या किए हैं, सब कुछ समझ में आता है उनको. बुद्धि means you can take heart also, anything you can take, mind. Okay. Next, atah आत्मसाक्षी अतः परे ब्रह्मणि. सो धर्मतः योगेन निष्णातस्य. सो परे ब्रह्मणि, धर्मतः मीन्स योगेन निष्णातः. नेक्स्ट अवरे च ब्रह्मणि वेदाख्य व्रतैः. दैट मीन्स स्वाध्याय नियमैः निष्णातः. So you know everything. And what else on top of this? Ataha. The next important word is pare avare. Paravare. You should take like that. Pare avare, paravare. Pare and avare. You see, in the sloka, you should also follow the sloka words. Avare. In pare, what is that? Nishnataha. So snataha means what? What is pare snataha? Snataha means Snatakotsava. Hindi. What is that? Snan karana, bathing. Bathing means what? Graduation day. You will be bathed. Snata means becoming expert actually. Uh, so expert. Snata means Snata samskara. Snatakottara samskara means when the Gurukul boy, so after 25 years, that means studying till 25 years of age. So he'll be studying under the Guru and becoming the expert. So once he become expert in that area, so he will be bathed actually. Snata means bathing. So bathing means what? He became perfect in that area. So that is a declaring actually. So that way Snata means becoming expert. So Pare Snataha. That means Pare means what you should take here. Pare means you should take here Brahman. That means in Brahman. And Avare means what you should take? Vedas. This is the absolute truth. Here Brahman means it is the absolute truth. And Vedas means which describe about that absolute truth. That's a book actually. They are the books. So in both you are expert actually. Pare also you are expert and Avare also you are expert. By what you are expert? By what you are expert? You are expert by what? Yogena. Here Pare, he is expert by what? By yoga. Yogena means by yoga. So, and he is expert in Avare. By what? By the Vrataihi. Vrataihi means by Vratas. He is expert by Vratas. Since he knows everything, whatever is happening in this Brahmanda of everyone. So that's why nothing is known to him. That's why he became expert of all these also. Like that also you can take. Or otherwise he knows everything. On top of this, he is also expert in Brahman and he is also expert in the Vedas. Just to bring out answer from the Narada Muni, Vasudev is all the directions is covering him. You know everything actually. So, but I don't know what is going in my heart. Since you are the Atma Sakshi, what is going in the everyone's heart, you know. And but I don't know what is going in my heart. So because you are moving around, so everywhere in the form of air, like air, not in the form of air, like air. And you are moving around everywhere like sun. So you know everything. and also you became expert. So for knowing everything, so at least everyone's heart, he should have the knowledge also, na? What is going, what is this? Figure it out. That's why he is expert in the Brahman. That means dharmataha yogena. Here you should take dharmataha yogena. Dharmataha. Here the yogena word is not there in the sloka. From where you brought? Dharmataha. Dharmataha meaning is yogena. By yoga, you became expert in the pare. And also, vrataihi is there in the sloka. So, and avare, that means in the Vedas, you became expert by the vratas. What is this yoga? So, Yagnavalkya Smriti, you know, Yagnavalkya Smriti is a part. Yagnavalkya Smriti is also like the Manusmriti. So, like the Yagnavalkya Smriti also is there. It is a Dharma Shastra actually. In that Dharma Shastra, it is said in Yagnavalkya Smriti. What is said? Ijyachara damahimsa dana swadhyaya karmanam ayam tu paramo dharmo yadyogena atmadarshanam. So here in Yagnavalkya Smriti, dharma means what is said? Yoga. Dharma means yoga. Here in this sloka, we are taking the word dharma is the meaning of what? Yoga. Yes. How can you take dharma word as yoga? So then you have to give the reference. That is Yagnavalkya Smriti is saying. What Yagnavalkya is saying? Actually, worshipping Vidyachara. That means worshipping means worshiping of anything. That means devatas. So achara means conduct, dhamma means controlling the senses, ahimsa means non-violence, dana, ahimsa, dana means charity, swadhyaya means studying the Vedas, uh, karmanam. So these are all the karma actually. So who will do this? Will be done by the karmi. Ayam tu paramo dharmaha yad yogena Atma Darshanam. Ayant means this one. That means context we don't know. That means Parama Dharmaha Yad Yogena. So, sorry. Ayam to Parama Dharma. This is Parama Dharma. What is that? Yad Yogena. Yoga is the Parama Dharma. So that means here you are seeing, which is used to realize the Atma. So here yoga is considered as dharma, or dharma is considered as yoga. So this is the reference to share to say dharma means yoga. Okay. So Yagnavalkya Smriti. That is the only thing. That means by yoga you became expert in the Brahman. That means you realized absolute truth. And also by the vrata. By vratas you became expert in the by doing the so Swadhyaya Vrata. Swadhyaya Vrata means so studying the Vedas. It is known as Swadhyaya. So that also by Vrata, Swadhyaya Vrata, you became expert in the Vedas also. Avara means Vedas. So Vrata means Swadhyaya. Here what you should take, Vrata means Swadhyaya. In Bhagavad Gita, it will come actually. By Swadhyaya Vrata, you became expert in Vedas also. So that means you know all the Vedas. And also you realize Brahman. Absolute truth. Then Alam Atyardam. That means Yat Nyunam Tad Vichakshva. That means now what is finally said. So that's why you are like this. Oh my dear Vasudev, oh my dear Narada, please. That means Atyartham. That means clearly. So Nyunam. That means Alam Nyunam. That means clearly Nyunam. Nyunam means whatever is lacking. Nyunam. May means my. That means lacking. What are lacking? In me. May means in my case. Vichakshva. Vichakshva means so find out. Vitarkaya. Vichakshva means please find out. Okay. Since you are all like this, whatever is lacking in me, that you find out. Next. Next sloka. Then, after hearing this, Narada Muni is saying like this. Sri Narada Uvacha Bhavatânudita Prayam Yasho Bhagavato Malam Yenaivasau na tushyeta manye tad darshanam kilam. Translation, can anyone read? Raising hands already. Okay, Sriji Prabhu.
Sri Narada said, "We have not actually broadcast the sublime and spotless glories of the personal rewarded. That philosophy which does not satisfy the transcendental senses of the Lord is considered worthless."
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you. Now, what Narada is saying, Anudita Prayam, Anukta Prayam. That means, Praya means mostly not said. What is not said? Well, first, Bhavata Anudita Praya. Mostly not said. This is the meaning of, you should go from here. Anudita Prayam. Prayam means 99%. Anudita. That means you didn't say that, you didn't say. Mostly you didn't say. What you didn't say? Bhavata. Bhavata means by you. By you, mostly not said. What is not said? What? Bhagavataha yashaha. What is not said? So, what is that? Then answer is Bhagavataha yashaha. Bhagavataha yashaha. That means, what is the meaning of Bhagavata yasha? We should see from VCT. Now we'll see from VCT. Okay, chalo. Bhagavataha yashaha. How it is said, you see here. Bhagavataha yashaha means Sarva Swarupebhyaha Bhagavat Swarupasya Utkarshaha Sarvotkarsho Jyotini Tasya Leela Bhaktischa. He said, see, Narada is saying, Bhagavataha yashaha. What? Bhagavataha yashaha. That means, who is Bhagavan? Who is Bhagavan? Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So, why the word Bhagavan is used? Hey, Narada. Sorry, Vyasa. Bhagavan. Bhagavan is what? Who is Bhagavan actually? Sarva Swarupebhyah Bhagavad Swarupasya Utkarshaha. So Bhagavan is nothing but this is the form. This is a form which is extreme of any avatars. Avatars of the any other avatars, any avatars. Extreme of all avatars or any avatar. Okay. This is extreme. Swaswarupebhyah. Like that Vishnu is there, Rama. So many are there. So Maraha, Vacha, Kurma, so many are there. Among that, Sarvotkarsha Dhyotini. So Bhagavad Swarupa is Sarvotkarsha Dhyotini. That means here all the qualities are manifesting. Ete chamsha kalapamsha. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Whatever avatars you are hearing, Saunaka, these are all only so amshas and amshas of the Purusha. But Krishna is the Bhagavan. Like that it is said previously. And such a Krishna is the complete manifestation of the absolute truth. He is only the absolute truth. And his glories are not said. That means, okay, Yasha means what you should take. That's why the word Bhagavan is used. Sarvotkarsha Dhyotini. What is the speciality of the Bhagavan? Sarvotkarsha Dhyotini. That means, so it shows everything in full. This Bhagavan form, so indicates or shows all in full extent. You read, na? So Naranarayana Rishi form, it is Avatara. It is showing what? Vairagya. And Narada, Bhakti. And like this, several are there. Kumaras, Gnana. These 6 opulences. So all means what? All 6 opulences. 6 opulences are completely so exhibited or manifested in the Bhagavan form. That is Krishna. Aishwarya Virya Sheshastyo. But in other forms, that is not. That all 6 are not fully manifesting. So that's why Narada is not concerned about those things. Narada is not concerned about so describing of those avatars. Narada is only concerned about what? The complete manifestation of the 6 opulences, that is nothing but Bhagavan. And that Bhagavan's what? That Bhagavan's what? Yashaha. Yasha means what you should take? Bhagavataha means that Bhagavan's what? Yashaha. Yashaha means what you should take? Now you should see, Yashaha means you should take. What is that? Vishwanath is saying, Vishwanath Chakra Thakur is saying, Leela Bhaktischa. Yasha means what you should take? Leela. And Bhakti. That means serving him. That means his pastimes. Leela means that Bhagavan's pastimes. And also what? So how to serve him? Serving him. This thing is not said by you. Prayaha. Prayaha anuditaha. My dear, mostly didn't say this. That means ultimately Krishna's pastimes and his worship towards him. This is not said more. That means we are not saying that you didn't say completely at all. Praya. What is that praya? You'll understand. What is the sense, bhava behind that? So, when this much is said, then Vyasdev is saying, Are, Narada is said, then Vyasdev point came. Vyasdev is saying, I wrote Vedanta Sutras. Huh? That is his point. I wrote Vedanta Sutras. What is Vedanta Sutras? What are the Vedanta Sutra means what? It is the Brahma Mimamsa. Mimamsa Shastra. Analytically establishing absolute truth. Analytical establishment of absolute truth is known as Vedanta Darshana. I compiled Vedanta Sutras. Vedanta means what? Upanishad. And Sutras means what? So the summary, that means the cream of all these Vedanta is formed as Sutras and given. And using these Sutras, I established Brahman. That means absolute truth very nicely. So I wrote Vedanta Sutras. What is that? Which is nothing but analytical establishment of Brahman. I did Brahma Mimamsa. तो मैंने सब कुछ बोल दिया ना. तो Brahman means everything. So absolute truth. I established that in the Vedanta Sutras. How can you say Praya Anuditam, Anuditam, Anudita? That means not said. Mostly it is not said. This is the question actually I asked you. I wrote Vedanta Sutras. Then Narada is saying, Acha, you wrote Vedanta Sutras. What is the use of that? What is the use? He is saying, so your Vedanta Sutras, writing Vedanta Sutras is not sufficient. Nyunam manye. So Narada is saying, of course you wrote, still I consider it is lacking. It is still lacking. Still I consider it is lacking. What is that? Vedanta Sutras are lacking in what? In describing Bhagavan. That means Bhagavan's glory. In describing Bhagavan's glory and bhakti. They are still lacking, my dear. How can you say you could? So Vyasdev can ask. Then Taddarshana kartureva tavapi. Vyasdev can say here. How can you say it is lacking in describing the Bhagavat Yashaha? How can you say? The next dialogue is, yeah, you are the proof. Narada is saying, you are the proof, my dear. What is saying? Tad darshana kartuhu. The door of Vedanta Sutra himself is not happy. That's why it is lacking in describing the glories of pastimes of the Lord, or glory or pastimes of the Lord. So that's why the door of Vedanta Sutra himself not happy. If that is sufficiently describing the glories of the Lord, then definitely it could have given the pleasing to the heart, pleasure to the heart. Okay. अरे जो बनाया वही संतुष्ट नहीं है, तो जो पढ़ेंगे उसको क्या संतुष्टि मिलेगा? The doer of the Vedanta Sutra himself not happy, that is you. Then how the reader will get happiness, full satisfaction, not happiness, full satisfaction. How? Tell me. That means that's why darshan kartureva tavapi chitta aprasadaha. You are the doer and you are not happy. Tarhi aditya tad darshan abhyasina api katam chittam prasidatu. Are? So whoever is studying aditya pad ke, ऐसे बोल रहे पढ़ के tad darshan abhyasina api. That means again and again by so studying that katam chittam prasidatu, kaisa पढ़ने वाले का, so by how the person who read that, so that person's heart will be pleased. So it will not be, that means it will not please fully the reader's heart. You are the proof. You are the proof, my dear. You are the pramana. Okay. Iti bhavaha. That is the understanding. Okay. This is the first thing. Next, chalo. Next slogan. Yes, Archana Mataji.
Oh, I want to read the translation.
Hare Krishna.
I want to read the translation.
हाँ Mataji. अच्छा translation. Okay. Sorry. यथा धर्मादयाश्चार्थ मुनिवर्यानुकीर्तिता न तथा वासुदेवस्य महिमा ह्यनुवर्णितः. अर्चना माताजी.
Although great sage, you have very broadly described the four principles, beginning with religious performances. You have not described the glories of the Supreme Personality, Vasudeva.
Thank you, Mataji. So now Narada Muni is saying further. Nine or 10? 9. What Narada is saying further? Yatha dharmadayaschartaha. So the way dharma artha. So Munivarya anukirtitaha. Again and again you described all those. Na tatha us prakar, in that way. Vasudevasya mahima. Now he is bringing the point. Previously said, so Bhagavan, now he is saying clearly, Vasudevasya, Krishna's pastimes he didn't describe. Narada is not much worried about so either he didn't describe the pastimes of Vishnu or Rama, Varaha, Kurma. He is not bothered about that. is especially saying about Bhagavan. That's the Krishna. Okay. क्या बोले इसके पहले? What Narada said. So you made this Vedanta darshan, which is not sufficient to describe the glory of the bhakti, and that's why it is also lacking only, lacking in describing the glories. So it is not giving the pleasure. So to the audience, proof is you only. Whoever study that Vedanta Sutras, they will also not become happy. You are the proof. Ultimately, point is what? Point is Narada is saying that what is not described by the Vasudev? Bhagavataha Eshaha. That only, na? So Bhagavataha Eshaha. That means the glory of the Bhagavan. Then, okay, Vasudev is saying, okay, I didn't describe, but that means my Vedanta Sutras are not sufficient to describe the glory of the Lord, Bhagavan. But what about my Puranas? This is the point. He's saying, the Vyasa is saying, Puraneshu Padmadishu. That means Puraneshu Padmadishu Bhagavat Yashaha Varnitam Yeva. Narada. Oh Narada. Oh Narada, you did say actually. Oh, acha nahi laga. Gurudev hai. So, oh my dear Gurudev, I described the glory of Lord Bhagavan, glory of Bhagavan in Puranas, such as Padma and so on, Padma Purana and so on. In the, even you can see Brahma Vaivarta Purana, so much you can see. So, glory of the Lord. Puranas also you can see in the Padma Purana also. So, glories of the Lord is described. How can you say, I didn't describe? Then what? How can you say, so how can you say, I didn't describe? So, by this, my heart should be pleased. Then Narada said, Acha, बहुत चतुर हैं आप. Then he saying, Dharmadaya api Vasudeva mahimataha ati nikrushtaha. देखो, आपका प्रॉब्लम आप नहीं समझ रहे. You are not understanding your problem. So, first of all, you should understand dharma. You should that means he's explaining dharma, artha, that means kama. These are all what? Purusharthas. That means these are all meant for whom? These are all meant for the people who are in the bodily consciousness. Yes or no? Dharma is meant for whom? Who are in the bodily consciousness. In our diagram, you know, so whoever is coming out, yes. So whoever is coming out from the, that means getting the Shraddha, that means whoever is either fixing himself in the Gnana or otherwise fixing himself in the Bhakti, for them there is no need to follow any Dharma, no Varnashrama Dharma. Varnashrama Dharma is only meant for those people who are in the bodily consciousness. That means who didn't get the Shraddha or otherwise in the Krishna Katha or otherwise the detachment in the results of the karma. That is the significance of the dharma and artha and kama. For them, for such a people, so who are not qualified to practice exclusive jnana or the bhakti, for them, dharma, artha, kama should be described. That's why describing of this dharma, artha, kama are the inferior. They are inferior to the glory of Lord, Bhagavan. They are very much inferior or not? They are very inferior. And also, at maximum, what you explain? Moksha. Another thing is moksha. So, dharma, artha, kama, and moksha, they are all very inferior. Moksha also is what? Moksha is nothing but what? Getting out from the moksha means what? Simple word. Getting out from bodily consciousness. Getting out from the bodily consciousness also is not great thing. So becoming situated in the pure devotion is the highest thing. So that's why moksha is also inferior. Moksha is nothing but is nothing but detaching or getting the relieved from the material samsara is known as moksha. But that is not the highest thing. Becoming situated in the constitutional position. That's a Jivatma's constitutional position is what? Is the servant, is a service, is doing the service to the Lord. So that's why, and that is nothing but what is that service? Glorifying the Bhagavan. That is the service. Our Jivatma's duty is what? Nothing to do there actually. In the Gloloka, is there anything to achieve? Lord, so needs any your help. You need he needs your help and he's waiting for you like that. आप खाना बना के खिलाएंगे तब तो उनका पेट भरेगा, ऐसा है क्या? So आपका there is nothing to do for him actually, from no expectation. Then that's why what is your service? So your service is just helping him, just glorifying him. No need of help. No help is needed from you. He is complete. Whatever he wants, he can get from his own Swarupa Shakti. So that's why this dharma, artha, kama, what is this? These are all for the conditioned soul to keep them in a right track. These are all needed. इसका क्या महत्व है actually? वो जीवात्मा, it is not the जीवात्मा's eternal situation. This dharma, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra, these are all what? Bogus. Just only till the time you have body, you need this. In the next body, if you take the dog body, then there is no dharma. There is no Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya out. This is only temporary thing. But my dear Vasudev, you described very nicely, which are very inferior to the glory of the bhakti. See what wrong thing you did. Anukirtitaha, nikrushtaha. That means these are all very cheap. These dharma, artha, kama are the very cheap than the glory of the Bhagavan. And those anukirtitaha means you explain those as the goal of the life, goal of humanity. That Purushartha means, Artha means goal of the humanity. This is the goal. That means everyone should follow their dharma. Their Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Pati, Patni, Bhai, Behan. So this kind of dharma everyone should follow. Then that dharma will give the artha, you will get the money. And then that money will be utilized to gratifying the senses as described by the Shastra. And by doing like this, finally you should endeavor for moksha. क्या बोले actually? ये है क्या? This is the thing, ultimate thing. What is this? So you describe these four dharma, artha, kama as the goal of the humanity. But tatha, in that way, the way you describe these four, so in the same way you didn't describe. In same way, you didn't describe the glory of Krishna, Vasudeva. पूरा अभी भगवान भगवान हटाओ, वासुदेवा इज द बेस्ट. अभी मैं सीधा पॉइंट पर आ रहा हूँ. कृष्ण का बात क्यों नहीं किया ग्लोरी? यही आप क्यों, why you didn't describe Krishna's glory like that as the what? In same way means as the goal of the life, as the ultimate goal of the life. That means in the Padma Purana and everywhere you mentioned, but you didn't describe these things as the ultimate goal of life. That is a problem with you. Vasudevasya महिमा न वर्णितः पुरुषार्थत्वेनापि न वर्णितः. Navarnita means Purusharthatvenapi. That means it is not said, it is not said it is not said also it is not said as as Purushartha. वर्णितः अपि भूरिशः तत्र तत्र तन्महिमा. क्या हो रहा है? बहुत ठंड लग रही है. सॉरी. वर्णितः अपि भूरिशः तत्र तत्र तन्महिमा अंततः मोक्ष साधनत्वेन उक्तः. और भाई आप you described, we don't know, we don't say that you didn't describe at all, very little you described. That means prior, that means so even if you describe, that means you didn't describe it as goal of the life. Even some places you describe, even you describe so Lord's glory, but how you describe? How you describe that? You describe it as the tool to get the moksha. Even if you describe how you describe Lord's glory as a tool to achieve moksha. कितना अन्याय किया. You did completely injustice, my dear. क्या एक नौकर बना दिया आप भक्ति को ले जाके मोक्ष का. So you described some places the glory of the Lord and bhakti. Glory of the Lord means we understood bhakti and lila. This is the problem. So that's why we are not denying you didn't describe. In the Padma Purana, everywhere you describe. But first of all, you didn't describe it as the goal of the life. But if you describe that you made it as a tool to get the moksha, क्या फायदा? तो लोग क्या जानेंगे इससे? What people will understand from this? They think that bhakti is simply a tool to achieve moksha. ये है क्या? ये describe बोलते हैं. Will it be describing the Lord's glory? You should describe that as goal of the life, ultimate goal. That means the superior to everything. After this, hey, Vasudev, after hearing this, he got objection, my dear Narada. अच्छा, नारद मुनि कैसा कहेंगे आप? ऐसा कैसा कह सकते हैं? That means how can you say I didn't describe the glory of the Lord as the ultimate goal? I described. He's saying that. That means you see, yatha dharmadayas chartaham munivarya anukirtitaha natatha. This is the thing. You understood that? Now, after this much hearing, so next point is coming what? Next, you are not able to maybe correlate with this sloka. So you should also correlate with this sloka. So till now, whatever is said, that is covering yatha dharmadayas chartaha munivarya anukirtitaha. The way the dharma, artha, kama are described, in that way, Lord's glory is not described. That means these are very cheap nikrushtaha, but you describe those as purushartha, but you didn't describe bhakti as purushartha. And one more thing is, even if you describe, you just made it as a servant or otherwise as a tool to the moksha. Now, next point is coming. So after hearing this much, Vasudev will get doubt or not? Will get the argument. He's putting his argument. Hey. I describe bhakti as the ultimate. You see, in punya, example is giving anyatra. That means in some places. In some places means in some Puranas of the some places. In Puranas of some places. In some places of Puranas. What I did? So I described. I described what? What do you describe? Muktireva. Punyatirtheshu muktireva phalam. That means in Punyatirthas, mukti only is the mahaphalam. Muktireva mahaphalam. Muktaihi prartya haribhaktehi mathurayam cha lapyate. What I described such a way. That means he's saying I described in the following way. What is that way? Punyatirtheshu muktireva mahaphalam. In holy faces, in holy places, liberation is only the highest result. Only liberation is highest result. And next, even these muktaha, that means even liberated people. Liberated people, muktaihi prartya, hari bhakti. Liberated people should pray for what? Hari bhakti. And that is available where? That is available in Mathurayam cha labhyate. And that is available in that Hari Bhakti. Where it is available? That is available in Mathura. Narada, see, kitna acha bola maine. How I said, liberation is the highest result in the holy places. In any holy places, in generally holy places. And also I said, but even this kind of liberated people should pray for Hari Bhakti, which is available in the Mathura. That means now I showed that means liberated people also should go for Hari Bhakti. There I showed Bhakti is highest. So I am nice or not? Vasudev is asking. And also he's saying one more point in BG. Brahmabhuta prasannatma na sochati na kamshati sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labate param. What is the meaning of this? In BG he said, in BG I said, Brahmabhuta prasannatma. What he said? In direct speech. You can use direct speech. I said. So Brahmabhuta, that means who are in the Brahman platform. By samasarvesh mad bhaktim labate param. That means those who are situated in Brahman platform, will get bhakti by associating devotees. You should take this. That automatically will come. So that means here also I said, already who are in the liberation position, they should get bhakti. They will get bhakti means bhakti is highest, I showed. What is the problem for you? So my dear Narada, how can you say I didn't describe bhakti as a superior? I made bhakti as the servant to the moksha or the tool to get the moksha. I did this. Then Narada is saying, oh, then what he said? Tatra tatra kvachit moksha parya api bhakti rutya ityatah aha. Means finally what Vasudev is saying, in some places I showed bhakti is superior to the moksha. Tat kvachit means in some places. In some places, so I showed bhakti is superior to the moksha. That's why Narada is, he may said, that's why Narada is said in the next, no. Anu, in the word anuvarnitaha. Anu means, the word anu is important. Now Narada is saying, anu word is important, my dear. Nanu. Anu. What is the meaning of anuvarnitaha? Anu. Anuvarnitaha. Anu means again and again. Again and again you should say that bhakti is superior to the moksha. But that you didn't do, na? That means what? You made most of the places, you first of all emphasized dharma, artha, kama as highest, and which are very cheaper than the bhakti. And also you said, wherever somewhere you said, so bhakti, but you made it as a servant. And also, even if you say some places bhakti as the superior to the moksha, but you didn't say that again and again. Abhyasena, what is the sutra? You only found, na, my dear. Anando mayobhyasa, this sutra you only made. What did it mean? The one which is again and again repeated, that will be the conclusion. So you repeated again and again dharma, artha, kama, or otherwise moksha. So then how people will come to know? So you only made Anandamayobhyasat. You made a sutra. What is that? Anandamayo. Little time I will take. Vyasat. Anandamayobhyasat. What is the meaning of this sutra? Anything which is repeated again and again, or other, not anything. Ananda is repeated again and again. Ananda Purusha. Brahman is nothing but Ananda. Anandamayobhyasat. Anandamaya kon? Anandamayaha. Anandamayaha. Who is that Anandamayaha? Absolute truth, that is Brahman. Is repeated again and again in repeated again and again in where? In Upanishads. Or in the context, that means which is coming in the Upanishads. So that's why Anandamaya Purusha is the conclusion of Upanishads. So Anandamaya Purusha is conclusion of Upanishads. So that means what you should understand from this, anything repeated again and again is the conclusion. So therefore, anything, I'm not writing full lines, you people should write. Anything which is repeated again and again is the conclusion. So, but you didn't do that. What you didn't do? Bhakti is superior to the moksha. This you didn't do. That is a problem with you. Okay, you understood, my dear Vasudev? अभी तो अंडरस्टैंड नहीं की, अभी और भी बोलेंगे, रुको. That's why Bhagavatam, by this Upadesha, you will understand Bhagavatam, what is the greatness of Bhagavatam. So that means in the Mahabharata, if you study, it is only describing about Dharma, Artha, Kama. That is not the main thing actually. But now people are not following that. That's why we are doing this Varnashrama Dharma Prachar. Because people are becoming fully sinful now. Completely sinful people. And for them, then be always in the mode of passion and ignorance. Because of this, we should bring them to understand this subject matter and make them stable in this and make them to leave that vikarma, which is very badly affecting their consciousness again and again, and making them so always agitated actually. Their mind is agitated actually. And they are fully misguided now, all the society. So kya kare tab? Then bhakti we should also teach, and also we should bring them to the right situation. That is very much needed. Even if you try to explain them to the bhakti, they are not catching actually. You can see how many pure devotees are there in this society. How many are there? So that's why we are just a little endeavor, a little hope, just to rectify their lifestyle, which is very much fully filled with Okay, you understood all? So anything which is repeated again and again, that can be the conclusion, my dear. So, Vasdev, you didn't do that. I think it's 7:40. We'll stop here. Next sloka will take much time, actually. Any questions? Yes, Sampriya Mataji. You can change your name, Mataji. Why you are writing Meghavarna, actually? Better keep your name.
Because the same
You can
also in the
rename,
old day,
actually.
that's why.
You can rename, Mataji. Yeah.
Okay, I will do that.
Yeah, it will take 1 minute.
Okay.
And when your son will log in, then he can name it. It will be nice. Otherwise, my attention is always going differently, actually. Yeah. Okay, tell me.
Okay.
Ask me, Mataji.
Yes. Prabhu, like I have 2-3 questions. First is like you described that in Bhagavad Gita, that slok you said that na sochati Brahma Bhuta Prasanna Atma na sochati na kankshati. So as the slok came today in the class, so I have just little doubt regarding the verse that in that verse it said that those who are Brahma Bhuta and those who are neither laments and Sama Sarveshu Bhuteshu Mad Bhakti Labate Param, because before I attended your classes, I generally had the thing that those who are liberated souls, from liberation, from the point of liberation, when a person becomes Brahma Bhuta and is equipped for circumstances, there the pure devotion starts. Is the meaning of that verse?
Yeah, Brahma Bhuta, they are in the Brahman platform, but to get the complete liberation, that means to leave this body and marriage into the Brahman, they have to, what they have to do? They have to do bhakti. So by good fortune, if we get the association of the pure devotee somehow or other, that means many lifetimes, even if they are practicing jnana and if they don't do bhakti, they cannot merge into the Brahman. Okay? So such a people will get Brahman relation when there is bhakti. So bhakti only can take this soul and make that soul to be merged in the Brahman. So ultimately, by good fortune, they get the association of the good fortune means by the mercy of the any pure devotee. If they get that means if they get the association of them, then they will understand. Oh my God! So ultimately, bhakti is only the cause to get the full liberation, complete revelation. So why I have to do this jnana? So let me go for the bhakti, and then he will do, and he will understand, and by that association, he will get the glory of the bhakti. Then he may become. Then there is a good chance to become devotee also. So that's why there in that context it is said after moksha also, that means Brahman stage also, one will get the bhakti. He is defining what bhakti is superior to the moksha. That is the thing.
Generally, that sloka is generally quoted in the context that when somebody asks that how to get in the enter in the stages of pure devotion, then that sloka is quoted. Okay, that sloka that Krishna says, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma. When you attain that stage, then you can start. The Shuddha Bhakti starts from that stage. Generally, in this context, the sloka is quoted generally, Prabhu. Like you
So
are saying that without, yeah.
So what do you want to say then?
I'm just asking, is it a clear understanding? Is it right understanding? Or what you are saying, that you are saying that without bhakti, that like jnana and all that is not going to give result, or after liberation also, when we can get liberated when bhakti is there. You are saying like that, no? So
that
what
means
is...
whoever is in Brahman realization, they will not be having any lamentation. Na sochati, na kamshati. So, pure devotion you will get by the Shraddha.
Yes,
Okay.
Father, you said that the entry door for pure devotion is full faith. Okay, so like this, generally people say that the entry door for pure devotion is Brahma Bhuta Prasannatmana Sochati Na Kankshati.
So that means everyone become Brahman realized and then you will get bhakti.
So this is a wrong understanding.
You don't need to become Brahman realized to enter into the pure devotion. You need to get the full faith on the Lord. Saranapatti is only the entry door. Okay.
Okay. And Prabhu, like you said that Vyasdev is telling, Narad Muni is telling to Vyasdev that because you didn't describe the glories of Bhagavan, especially Bhagavan he's telling, but we see in Srimad Bhagavatam that different avatars glories are described, Rama and Vara, and Vyasdev is describing the glories of different avatars. So why specifically, and when Narad says that it's Bhagavan?
Bhagavan, because that is the full manifestation of the absolute truth. All the opulences are so manifesting fully. So in Krishna, Krishna is only the manifestation of all. So that should be described. That's why Narada is saying you didn't describe that.
But we
What is
see in
your
Srimad Bhagavatam. Yeah, but my point is like Narad is telling that you didn't describe the glories of Bhagavan, especially he's telling that is Krishna. Etecham sakala vamsha Krishnastu Bhagavan, and that you said in the class. But we see in Srimad Bhagavatam the activities of other avatars like Rama, Varaha, Kurma, these are described in Srimad Bhagavatam. So not specifically in the 10th canto only we see that the glories of the activities of Krishna is described.
But if you see, already I told you in the last class. So every chapter, everywhere, even if they describe, finally he will say, Krishna is a Bhagavan. To say that, like you see in third chapter, all avatars are described, finally he said, Ete chamsha kala humsha. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Like that he will say. Everywhere you will be seeing like that only. Every speaker and listener are concluding in Bhakti, that is also Krishna Bhakti. So, Atra Sargo Visargasya Sthanam Poshanamutayaha Manvantareshanukataha Nirodha Mukti Rashtraya. So, Bhagavatam is a complete book. So, it is having the description of things, but everywhere it is concluded into Krishna Bhakti only, into the Krishna actually. More than 90 chapters. So is completely exclusively 9 and 10, 10, 9, 10 and 11. Most are the about the Krishna only. Even in the first canto also, so many places, Krishna only. Even in the second canto, also you'll be seeing all these Purushas are coming from the Krishna only. That means how Krishna is doing all these activities, different Leelas also through his avatars. To show that it is said. It is not said that those avatars are very independent and exclusively from the Krishna. And they are described. It is not said like that. Wherever it is described other avatars, they are shown as avatar of Krishna. That is the glory actually.
Okay, and this is not done in other Puranas. That is the difference between Srimad Bhagavatam and the other Puranas.
That is
Because
not done. How can you say?
Yeah, no,
That
I'm
is
just
not
asking
done.
that in other
That
Puranas
is
also.
other Puranas. It is not done. You are not. That is not the thing Narada Muni say. Abhyasena. That means Anandamayo Abhyasat. The way it should be repeated in that each book, it should not be. It is not repeated.
Okay, so in that Srimad Bhagavatam it is repeated, but in other Puranas it's not repeated again and again. That's the conclusion.
Maybe it is there, and even it is. You should take everything, whatever you learn. So most of the places, Dharma, Artha, Kama are described, and in some places, which are very most of the time as a Purushartha. Why you are reminding other sloka meaning? Why you are not considering? You should consider that also. Not conclude. Don't conclude the one point. All the demerits what Narada Muni is saying those are all there.
Okay. Okay. Okay, Prabhu.
So
And
just
whatever.
repeating once again, class it will become. Yes.
Yeah. And in the Srimad Bhagavatam also we see that in the pastimes, after the pastimes are described, like in the Gajendra Moksha and in Prithu Maharaj story, after that, those who every day recite this will get this fruit and all that fruit. This is just to attract to that the readers would get read the glories of the Lord. This is because of that.
Those are all, yeah. So different byproducts.
This is just mentioned because to attract the
Because
readers.
bhakti is having the Shakti that can do. Bhakti can do that also. That's why. It's not that they should go for that. We are showing that this is having this much capacity. If we don't say, then people will think that bhakti is not going to do anything. We should mention, na? So what things bhakti can do? Bhakti can give everything.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
Nitya Saki Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Pranam. Yeah.
Prabhuji, in previous lectures, you have said that Dharma Shastra is superior to Artha Shastra.
Yeah.
And here, first step, as you are elaborating as per Shastras, it is Dharma first, then Artha, Kam, and Moksha. So, is it that Dharma Shastra, it has to be given priority first? So, is it a rate determining step, Prabhuji? So, that is very basic.
Dharma Shastras are superior to the Artha Shastras. And then what you are saying? I'm trying to understand your question.
And so it has to be followed first, and then will be followed Arthashastra and Kama and then Moksha.
No. So Artha Shastra also known as Dharma. Dharma Shastra is also known as Artha Shastra sometimes. Because Dharma Shastra means the one which is dealing about, like Bhaktivinoda Thakur says in Krishna Samhita. So what he's saying, any subject matter which deals about the various activities of the life, that means life sciences. Life sciences means how to earn the food and how to consume it and when to consume, where to consume, how to protect the body. These are all life. So any subject matter which deals about the life is known as Artha Shastra. So Dharma Shastra is also dealing. So that's why it is also known as Artha Shastra. If there is no specific such a strong demarcation line, ultimately Artha Shastra or Dharma Shastra, they are ultimately dealing what? Dealing about the body. Being in the body, how you should earn, what you should do, and how you should get the sustenance, and how to, in what way you should consume that. Kama means consuming, Artha means earning, and Dharma means doing what you should do. What you should do, so, and how to do that in a beneficial way. That is known as Artha. And after doing that, Artha will come, and then how to consume that. That is a Kama. But all these are all not good for us. So good for us is what? Moksha, leaving all these and coming to. But these are all good because these are all said. Then why? Because if these are all not said, then we'll become animal actually. Animal means there is no proper system they follow. So that is, anyway, I already explained. So for any human being a living entity in this Prakriti, he should follow basic dharma. He should set example to the society. On the name of bhakti, you cannot do simply all the nonsense. That's wrong actually. So being that means devotee of the Lord, you are the most responsible person in this whole universe to follow the system given by the Lord. So that is the reason. Otherwise, there is no business for us to. Otherwise, if you are fully dependent on the holy name, like the Haridas Thakur, and you are always chanting and you are not bothering about the body, then you don't need to consider anything. Even you don't, it's not necessary that everyone should set example. Then become like as the Haridas Thakur, become like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and chant holy name all the time and don't bother about wife, family, children, these, that. Why? These are all not permanent, na? They're all not your real relationships. Your relationship is with what? With Lord only. So that is the consciousness needed in everyone. But even one is in that consciousness, he should be responsible actually. But you are not in that consciousness, and also you are saying yourself as a devotee and doing the nonsense, then that is a big mistake actually. That should not happen.
Hare
So,
Krishna Prabhuji.
so that's
Uh,
why what you should do, what you should read, that's the question. I am coming to your question. The question is, what we should read means we should understand the goal of the life from the Bhakti Shastras, and we should always develop the full faith and trying to leave our attachment is from this material things, material body and things. But we should learn that also just to behave as a human being in the as a one unit. We are also one small unit in this whole creation. So being a part and parcel of this creation, our body is part and parcel of this creation. So we should maintain that body in a respectable way, as said in the scriptures. That's why we study Dharma Shastras. Yeah.
Prabhuji,
Yes, Mate, please go on. Yeah.
last time you also said that Bhagavanta, we do call it, it is a plural of Bhagwan, isn't it? So,
Mate, what can you come again?
Bhagwan,
Bhagavan?
Bhagavanta, you have said that it's plural of Bhagwan in last lectures.
Bhagavantaha. Yes.
So, what we should consider under that Bhagavanta, because many times, so as to give respect to Lord, we used to call it as Bhagavanta, but you said that it is plural of Bhagwan. So,
Bhagavanta means lords. Like you see, like Varaha, Matsya, Kurma, all these are all Bhagavans. But who is the supreme? That's Krishna, the only one. Why we are calling them also as Bhagavan? Because Aishwarya, Virya, Yasha, Shriya is also exhibited in them, is also manifested in them. That's why we are calling them as Bhagavan. Whoever is having these qualities, but those are all not fully, like someone is ferocious and powerful, like a lion, then he is also called as a lion. It doesn't mean that he is fully lion, like that.
Suraj, thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Yes, Radhika Mataji.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. I have two questions, Prabhuji. The first question is with regards to the point that you mentioned. When we go to Goloka, we don't. We just have to glorify the Lord, and He doesn't need anything from us. But bhakti means service. No, service means we have some service. I mean, even though everything is available, automated, but we do perform that act of service, which gives pleasure to Krishna, right? So I was confused. I was confused when you said that statement, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So he doesn't need, but for our pleasure, so we are doing.
Prabhuji, but bhakti is Swarup Sakshi of the Lord, right? He bestows mercy upon us, and that is why we give back that bhakti, I mean, in the form of love to Him.
Yeah, that means in this material world, if we don't work, so we cannot get the food. So here the thing is what? So need of working is there. Okay. Here on the need base, that kind of need is not there in the Golok. Only that means here, like you see, whoever our dependents are there. So we have to work and so give to them and then they live. Like that, Krishna is not living. So he doesn't, that kind of situation is not there in the spiritual world. You are understanding? So the point is, so bhakti means service, and that means he is having the body also, and that body doesn't need the some kind of, that means we should do the working there and then produce something, and by that his body is maintained. Such a dependence he doesn't have. So that's why my point is what? Our point, Bhagavad Yashaha. So we should keep on, that means glorifying. And anything, that means if you want, you can easily get also. But still out of your love, you are doing there. So like you will be also having the cows, grazing the cows, making the butter, everything will be done there also. That is what? So that is only to give pleasure, but to the Lord. But he doesn't dependent on those. So the ultimate point is my main point. The dependency is not there. The way you have in this karma bhumi, this is the karma bhumi. That is the point actually. And there is a glorifying. That means karma, whatever we do the karma in this by the body, that is for the maintaining the body only. But in the spiritual platform, so karma is not at all there. Karma is not at all there, and only the bhakti. So definitely we do the different services there. We are not at all denying. So, but glorifying is also one more thing. Glorifying him is itself is also is devotion only. If someone is not doing the
Yes, yes,
service,
I
that means
understood that. Huh.
yeah. Someone is not doing the work, that means someone is not not doing the not doing the service. Service means what? Like for maintaining the Krishna. So cooking and offering, that's archana, it comes under the archana. He is not doing that. And simply he is doing glorification. So that itself also, my sense of point is that that itself is also devotional service only. We should not think that so only the service is so by working and giving to the Lord. So that is
Sorry, Prabhuji.
that is also service, but that is only is not. So you should understand that point is glorification is also service.
Yeah, yes. I understood that part, but I
Yeah.
also wanted to say that the physical part, Yashodharma churning butter or Radharani doing cooking for several dishes for that is also service apart from the glorification. That's what I wanted to clarify. And another question I have, Prabhuji, on the seventh sloka that you started off, I just see a little bit of clarification, seek a little bit of clarification there, because you were talking about Narada Muni having Brahman realization and the knower of the Vedas, but that was mentioned as a point in number 6 to talk about Vyasadev being the knower of Vedas and the knower of Vedas and Brahman, right? Brahman realized. He's not only theoretically Brahman realized, but also practically he's Brahman realized. So the meaning for the 7th verse would then become, it should actually indicate Vyasadev and not Narada Muni, because that's how it flows now, Prabhuji, suddenly, because you glorified Narada Muni saying he's a devotee of the Lord. And where did this Brahman thing come? I mean, it's kind of...
Already Vyasadeva said, na, Puranaha, that means you are the worshipper of the Lord. In the
Yes, he's a Puranaha, he's worshipper of the Lord. But when it comes to Brahman and Vedanta Sutras, it is referring to Vyasadeva, right?
Brahman means what I said. Brahman means what I said. So that means Parayavare, Paravare, Brahmani, Dharmadaha. So Brahman means I said absolute truth. Brahman, Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavanti Sabdate. Brahman word can be meaning as absolute truth. here Brahman means you should not take the Nirvishesh Chinmatra Satta. Okay. So Vadanti Tattvatvidas Tattvam Yasgnanam Advayam, that's Advay Tattvam, is known as Brahman, also is known as Bhagavan, is also known as Paramatma. So here Brahman means absolute truth.
Got it. In Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur's commentary by Bhanuswami Maharaj, it is said, I am well versed by proper method in Supreme Brahman, that is Parabrahmani, and the statements of the Vedas by the rules of the study, that is Swadhyaya, as you said. So, this is still it is insufficient, even though I know I am good at these things like realization of the Supreme Brahman and I know the statements of Vedas. Still, I'm not able to get an answer with regards to my despondency. That's how it goes. But here you are saying, okay, so this person, Nadamuni, he is the devotee of the Lord and that, he knows everything. So that's where I needed clarification, Prabhuji. Because Maharaj's translation says, he just talks about the point of Vyasadeva, but you're bringing the perspective of Nadamuni. That's where I'm having confusion.
Acha, you are. Sloka number 7, na?
Sloka number 7, Prabhuji. Even in the translation, it says, though I have become very proficient in the Vedas and I have realized the Brahman by proper methods, this is not enough.
Wait. Snatasya is said, na? Actually, 1 second.
Yes.
This is Sashti, actually, it's going Snatasya. Taduktam ataha pare brahmani dharmatah yogena nishnatasya. Yeah, that is the right thing, actually. So is this Sashti is going Nishnatasya, Snatasya. Actually, Tvam to Narada, we should give the two things. That means he is roaming like sun, and that's why he knows everything. And also he for the Narada, Tvam is a Pradamanta. So you should take as a Vayu. He is roaming like a Vayu. So he is also know the inside things. That means Buddhi Vrittignaha. That means he knows the inside the things. And here this Shabde or Pare, that means in the Brahman and also in the Vedas. So expert is the Vyasa, actually, Vyasa only.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
This little correction is there. Yes, Mataji, correct.
Yes.
That is.
Okay, sounds good, Prabhuji.
That's right.
That clears everything. Yes.
Yeah. Because this word is sorry, actually, Snatasya, just a little mistake is done. Snatasya. This is Sashti is there.
Here, then with regards to yoga, that is Dharma refers to yoga. And from that derivation, we are getting by yoga, I realized the absolute truth. By doing Swadhyaya Vrata, I became expert in Vedas.
So by doing the yoga, he got the that means he experienced the Brahman. And by doing the vratas, that means Veda Adhyayana vratas, so he got the expertise in the Vedas. That's Swadhyaya Vrata.
Makes perfect sense. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, any questions? Any further questions? Okay, if not, thank you very much. So we'll meet on next class Tuesday. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta koti Vaishnava bhaktarvrinda.